Hey guys, it's Kristen, orthotheatrist. I am going to show you today how I made this. I think I'm gonna end up doing like a quilting series. So this first video is just gonna be why it's so easy and the kind of stuff that you need to get for it. I will say, I don't quilt. It's so hard. It is so hard. And I'm not the kind of person that could pick like all of these out at a fabric store and put them together. So, if you're like that, you're gonna love this video. Also, if you've never made like a quilted blanket before, you can totally do it. It's so easy. This took me like 4 hours. So, top trick that I learned, when I was pregnant with my daughter Nora, I wanted my kids to have some kind of baby blanket that I had made for them. But like I said, I'm not going to be able to put something like this together on my own. So I was scouring Etsy actually and was willing to buy something handmade for them just to have while they were babies and make it a goal to make something for them later as an heirloom item. And I found this pattern of blanket and was like obsessed with it, but it was, I think it was like 110 bucks. I'm like, how am I gonna pay somebody $110 for something that I could figure out how to do on my own? But I was obsessed with the fabric. Like I wanted exactly what that person had chose. I loved everything about it. So I was looking around on Pinterest for like how to make a quick, easy quilted baby blanket or anything that I could find. And I ended up finding a pin about whole cloth quilting. And so I typed it into Google and it came up with spoonflower.com. If you've never heard of Spoonflower before, it is essentially a place where designers can go and upload their designs and then print their design on any medium. So they can print it on silk or cotton or anything. So I typed in whole cloth quilt on spoonflower.com and this sucker showed up. The same girl from Etsy who had done this had bought the pattern off of Spoonflower. That was awesome. So this is a yard of fabric, and this whole thing is one piece of fabric that has been printed out like on a printer. So I'm gonna get it close so you can see. So like, is your mind blown? My mind was blown. So every single one of those is printed. I did the stitching to make it look like I had quilted them together. I know. So some people call this a cheater quilt. You could also search on Google and call it a cheater quilt. I don't really like the term cheater, especially because I bought the fabric. I had to end up buying the inner batting. I put the two together. I did there's a ton of stitches in this. So it's not really cheating because I hand made it from start to finish. Well, maybe it is. I don't know. Whatever you think. I love it, and it was a great option for me and for my family. I can't take on a quilting project like that, and maybe one day I will be able to. And if you're a quilter, like, I just bow down to you in your awesomeness because it is a crazy skill. But if you're looking for an easy way to make a great gift for a friend, this is totally an awesome option. So I'm gonna link down below what Spoonflower designers are my absolute favorite. You can also go to spoonflower.com and search whole cloth or cheater quilts and see what you come up with. Our styles might be different, but if you love this style, I'll link it below because you can get it too. I also, when I was pregnant with my daughter, didn't want to use basting spray. It can be super toxic. It was, I think it was kind of cold when I first started thinking about doing this, and you have to have like a certain temperature when you're doing it, and I didn't want to fuss with it. So actually scoured online for different basting tricks, and I found a great one that is non-toxic and super great for baby blankets. So if you want to make this, the first thing you want to do is get your fabric on Spoonflower. Places like Joann's and Hobby Lobby don't sell whole cloth quilts that look like this. There are thousands of options for boys and girls. So this is the one that I bought for my girlfriend. This is the way that it comes. It's got salvage edges on each side that we're going to cut off later. But the first thing you want to do is pre-wash it. I hate pre-washing, but it's a necessary evil. So when you pre-wash, some of those salvaged edges will get a little frayed. It doesn't go any further than like 1/4 of an inch, so don't worry about it. But you want to pre-wash. I pre-washed on cold with just regular detergent, and then I did a tumble dry. And on Spoonflower, you can also buy designs that coordinate. So you could buy like this fabric, for example, that would be the backing fabric, and it would be all this pattern, like in the back. 1 yard is about $17.50, and then I think it's like $3 to ship. So it's about $20 for a yard of something like this. So that can get kind of expensive if you are buying the front and the back. They're $20 each. So I, to save a little bit of cash, went to Joann Fabrics and just got a coordinating print. And I got 1 1/4 of this. You want a little bit extra of the backing fabric because you're actually going to use the backing fabric to fold to make the edges. So I got 1 1/4. I also noticed that this one, it frays a lot more, and I left all of those edges on so that you could see what it looks like. It doesn't matter if it's got wrinkles or anything like that. So wash and dry your fabrics. Also, hot tip, I bought a different 1 1/4 of this and washed it and dried it before I was going to do this video, and it had a nick in it, and it was good that I washed and dried it because I wouldn't have seen it, and she would have had a hole in the back of her fabric before I even started. So front and back fabrics are what you would need, and then you need some kind of batting to go in the middle. I love this company. It's Warm and White, or this is Warm and Natural. So you can do Warm and White or Warm and Natural. It doesn't really matter. Natural just means that it's like this kind of off-white color. This is the craft size, right? Yeah. So it's craft size. It's a little bit smaller than a yard. So it fits perfectly on top of your yard of fabric. It's going to sandwich between the two. So this is the perfect amount for like a baby-sized crib blanket. And I think it's like $9, not bad. You can also buy it in bulk and get a better discount. I don't make enough blankets to do it in bulk. So, and then you also want cotton thread of a coordinating color. You're gonna need sewing pins, and then I always have my measuring tape. I also bought quilting needles specific for my machines. So naturally, I was interrupted making that last video when my kiddos woke up from their naps. So in the next video, I am going to teach you guys how to trim the fabrics to size, and then also a trick that I learned for basting quilts using Elmer's glue. I know that that sounds so crazy, but it's actually really effective, and it makes basting really easy if you are a new quilter. So just a new trick you can learn. The quilt that I made was actually for this little one. This is Nora. So yeah, please leave me a comment if you guys are going to quilt along, because I would love to answer any questions, and then also see what fabrics you picked out. I think that's it. So I'll see you. Check out video 2 for basting and cutting the quilt to size. Can you say bye? Bye-bye? Bye-bye. Okay. Okay, bye guys. Say bye. Good job.